Hello, my name is Grant Seif, and I'm delighted to have this opportunity to talk with you about my new book on strategy and leadership. It's published by Schaik, and the title of the book is Passion, Power and Purpose, Engaging with Strategy in Your Organization and Your Life. The book was written just before the COVID-19 pandemic, and so in the review and editing process, I made sure that the models and tools are updated to be relevant to incorporate the pandemic-sized shock we experienced. But in truth, that is the domain of strategy. It is to help us build resilience, relevance and resilience, to withstand disruption and shocks. I believe the content of the book, with its focus on strategy, passion, power and purpose, is as relevant now as it ever was, perhaps even more so. I'm sure you'll all agree with me that we have a collective responsibility to do what we can to recover, rebuild and grow in the face of disruption, in the face of shocks like COVID-19. Passion, Power and Purpose invites you to be resilient and to build resilience in others, in your teams and your organizations. We are better able to withstand crises when we engage together strategically. I believe you'll find many of the right perspectives, frameworks, models and tools in the book to help you engage with strategy. Strategy is a broad and complex domain. Sometimes knowing the right answers isn't as important as knowing the right questions to ask. In the book, I offer a comprehensive approach to strategy formulation, engagement, and execution. It's designed to lead you through the strategy conversation. The conversation follows a how-to approach, enabling you to build a dynamic, relevant, and executable strategy. I actually have another purpose in the book, to make strategy personal for you by explaining how you can harness the power of strategy concepts and tools to develop personal and leadership mastery. My passion is to enable strategic thinking and decision making in a way that also takes human behavior and organizational dynamics into account. As strategists, we are often inclined to give the higher ground to what is deemed to be scientific, analytical, objective, and rational, with good reason. And yet, I believe that the most powerful and valuable strategies emerge when we make them personal, when they inspire passion, when they empower us, and when they give us a sense of purpose. Strategy is about the uncertain future, but I believe that strategy is an enabler. It helps us to engage with uncertainty, envision an inspiring future, engage with others to make a difference that matters, and strategic thinking and execution empower us. They fuel our passion and purpose. In my view, a central theme of engaging with strategy is building organizational resilience, where organizations are able to recover better, change, and stay in business. This also involves building personal resilience and finding new ways to be relevant and purposeful. And these are the central themes in the book. Building resilience is as much a personal challenge as it is a challenge for organizations. The aim of the book is to make strategy accessible so you can engage with it to build resilience in your organization, and personal, where it empowers you in your life. Passion, power, and purpose are mutually reinforcing. Together, they enable us to build and focus energy, and we need all three to make an impact for the greater good. I hope you will ignite passion, power, and purpose through engaging with strategy. Developing awareness of competing needs and agendas helps us to appreciate that what stimulates passion, power, purpose for some might have the opposite effect on others. Strategy can help us understand options, choices, and trade-offs so that we can find a shared way to express our passion, power, and purpose to make that difference for the greater good, despite different and competing needs and agendas. My objective is that at the end of the book, you will feel equipped to engage in strategic conversations in a way that helps you shape your organization's future as well as your own. The book unfolds in two parallel contexts. The first is your organization, where you need to engage in strategy conversations. The second is the personal context, in which you're invited to apply the strategy frameworks, models, and tools to yourself. The objectives are also twofold. First, to have strategy conversations that sharpen the strategic focus of the organization and build organizational resilience. Second, for you to empower yourself personally, developing heightened consciousness of your preferences and blind spots so that you're more able to make strategic decisions that work for you. The Strategy Conversation book covers the full spectrum of strategy, from formulation to execution and leading change. The book has been organized into a sequence of chapters to serve as a framework for engaging with strategy. In Chapter 1, we consider the nature and purpose of strategy. In Chapter 2, we explore strategy frameworks and perspectives. I introduce a simple but overarching framework for engaging with strategy in a changing world, which I refer to as TFOG. The framework serves as a guide throughout the book. It stands for Today, Future, Options, Actions, fueled by gaps, which are ever present in a fast-changing world. It is a framework that guides you to ask the essential questions that are needed to engage with strategy. In Chapter 3, we adopt an outside-in perspective, focusing on the competitive, changing operating environment, exploring how best to ensure that the organization remains relevant over time and builds resilience to external shocks. In Chapter 4, we take the converse approach, looking from the inside out, a resource-based view of strategy, exploring how best to find leverage to differentiate the organization. We focus on the organization's business model, its competencies, and culture. In Chapter 5, the focus is on the challenges of optimizing strategic alignment, based on the premise that organizational effectiveness depends on fit or optimal alignment. In Chapter 6, we explore how to position your organization for future relevance and success. We introduce a set of strategy concepts and tools that explore behaviors and values so that your organization can move forward with a clear purpose aligned to a compelling vision. Chapter 7 is all about options. We consider how best to create strategic options, address risks and uncertainties, explore scenarios, find new markets, make trade-offs, and set strategic direction. In Chapter 8, we consider how best to take action, execute strategy, and make change happen. And Chapter 9, the final chapter of the book, explores how to best lead strategically. There are a set of self-reflective questions at the end of each chapter designed to help you explore how strategy perspectives, concepts, models, and tools can empower you in your personal life. I hope that you're curious about the book and that you use it as an aid to enhance strategy and leadership in your spheres of influence. I have developed an online program based on the book that is the perfect assistant when you lead a strategy conversation. It consists of 12 half-day sessions which follow the format of the book. All the video slides, exercises, and processes are included, along with an explanatory narrative from me. You can pause the sessions at any time to work on your strategy, applying a model or a tool that has just been covered. It enables you to be the expert strategy facilitator. So please look out for our online program on engaging with strategy and for my book, Passion, Power, and Purpose, Engaging with Strategy in Your Organization and Your Life. And please do share your ideas and insights with me. I would really value the opportunity of having a strategic conversation with you. Thank you for your time.